All right, we're ready. We're strolling. We're killing and patrolling.
Uh-oh.
It's Hunter, Mac, Brad, and Hugh Killer.
All right.
What is the name of the show and where are we? Oh, he's
That's
confused.
all.
He lost it.
I was in a stream of consciousness. Where are we? All right.
What's the date?
So we're
We're
broadcasting from Eastern Montega, Illinois University, in home of the Dakota Blackhawk.
Dakota Blackhawks.
Blackhawks.
No, just Blackhawk. One
Blackhawk.
Blackhawk.
No Blackhawk.
Dakota Blackhawk.
Blackhawk.
Black-
And we're here. Hunter loves Blackhawks, and let's continue.
Okay. What?
Yeah.
Any news from the rinks this morning?
The ranks?
Shut the fuck up.
I guess if you were talking hockey, there would be news, but there's
Let's hear about it, Hunter. Hunter's our sports guy.
Okay.
not really. I only
Go
like
ahead.
hockey.
You're our sports dude.
Okay. I'm the sports broadcaster then, I guess.
Just starts crying.
And I never wanted to be, and I never asked to be the sports guy, and they assigned me sports guy.
I
Alright.
actually, speaking of sports,
Dude,
I read
news from the fields?
I
Hunter,
read
hit it.
I read this article the other day about why rookie players in hockey do better.
Are more prone to jock itch?
Okay. Are more.
Because they
are.
don't have enough time.
They
They don't
don't
have
have
enough
enough
time to clean their jocks.
And look,
No.
they're moving around a lot.
No.
They
Dude,
need,
that's why actually one of the most common
need
things
some
at
baby
Southern
powder.
Montega University is actually group jock itch infections. A lot of people are getting them,
And
even
actually-
female players who don't even have genitals to protect.
This week we're sponsored by Baby Powder.
What is funny? What?
We're sponsored by Baby Powder
This week it brings us
Johnson
to our
and Johnson.
Yep. Rolled gold baby powder.
Coming from the same. Oh wait, no,
That's
that's
the popular baby
That's
powder
Bear.
brand.
I was thinking of Bear for a second. You know what I
Bare
think?
back and body.
Where they sold
medication?
cyanide to the Nazis.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
All right, so
guys,
aside
guys, shut the fuck up.
Listen.
I read no, stop.
Aside from
don't
cyanide-
assume our
Wait,
gender.
and yeah,
People?
and that is fucked up because we go by its.
Yeah.
It's shut
We're
the fuck
it
up.
1 and it 2.
Listen,
Okay.
it
We're
one,
Dr.
it two,
Seuss.
boogaloo, sugaloo. So listen, for real. Aside from that, aside from the cyanide bullshit, we are presented by Rolled Gold baby powder.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I did read an article about why rookie hockey players tend to do better than rookie basketball players. Oh wow, he's actually interested.
I'm actually intrigued that
He's
the
intrigued.
guy who's not even a specific sports guy.
I know. It's
Listen,
almost like
it's like you're taking my job, and I'm hurt by this.
The
You wanna-
sports guy is
then
getting
why don't-
gunned.
and I feel
Okay,
like
calm down, Andy Dick. Why don't you guess why
Let's hear
rookie
it.
hockey players tend to do better or perform?
Well, I
better
mean,
because
than-
of the jock itch. They
Exactly.
don't have to deal with
That
it.
is true. Half of them have jock itch. Second of all,
Oh.
really think about it. It depends on what you're asking. Because, of course, rookie hockey players are doing better at hockey than rookie basketball players are at hockey.
No, it's rookie basketball
what you
players
were
at
saying?
basketball, dumbass. It's rookie hockey players.
No, you do.
It's okay.
Rookie hockey players tend to do better or perform better than rookie basketball players. Do you want to actually guess why, Hunt?
I'm going to throw a guess out there. Maybe it's jock itch.
Yeah, that's it. No.
No, I don't. Let's see. I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know why they would do better.
It's because they've found, like the sports statisticians have found that while, like, you know, analyzing the way that hockey tends to go and basketball tends to go, is that a lot of stuff in hockey can rely on luck, whereas in basketball it can rely more on endurance and like skill. So like the rookie basketball players, while they are good enough to be drafted into the NHL or NBA,
There you
oh
go.
boy, we got there eventually.
The NHF.
Yeah, the NHF. That's one of them.
That's how close he was.
CWF.
NHF.
He's like, dude, well, it's not their fault they got drafted into the CFW. Come on. Champion
The
fucking Zebra
Chicago
War.
Fire Department.
I
Whoa.
love that show.
Chicago Fire. Such a
Chicago
good show.
Fire Department. It's on public access. Have you
Yep,
seen it?
it's just a bunch of guys from Chicago as firefighters.
And they're not really firefighters, but they do shit that firefighters do. Like they cook Franks on the grill, and they do shit
For
like
the
they
community?
almost are always drinking Michelob, and they love drinking beers and also watching the sports on television.
That's fun.
On
so
the telly?
yeah,
It's one of my favorite programs.
Basketball players tend to build up skill throughout years of playing, whereas hockey players can rely on luck in the beginning.
And that makes total and complete sense.
sense. Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I would say that's actually kind of a cool observation because you have hockey players, and that is true. You
It's
could,
not
like,
to say that
you
hockey
could
players
squirrel
don't have
through-
skill. They do. It's
But you
just
could
that they're-
squirrel through a rookie season and just you could get lucky.
that's what
Basketball,
but-
way
yeah,
less
I
likely.
think that, yeah, that's
That's-
definitely
enough
a
of
thing.
the bullshit anyway. Let's get the news from the rinks. Hunter,
News from the rings. Okay. Well, the Predators, they beat the Penguins
Yeah, they did,
Game
dude.
4.
I saw it.
in Game 4.
I was
4-1.
slurping down a Michelob, and I fucking caught the game with my
Yes.
boy.
Caught
Yes,
the
they did.
game. That's the only rink I know.
Cracking
I
a
don't
cold
know
one with the
basketball.
boys.
Oh God.
Dude,
Please
explosion. Slurping a warm one with my one dude.
I don't.
Yeah, thanks for slurping my warm one, Hugh.
The NP. It was wet and slippery.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
Hunter.
sex.
Any
Yes.
news from the rink?
Just
Again?
the news anchor who completely forgets all the stories he's supposed to say, so he keeps
All right.
referring back to sports. He's
Dude.
like, news from the rinks,
Aside
guys.
from that, this is a little sneak preview of something I've been trying out for the show. Let's speak about one crime we've heard about in the past week. Hunter.
One crime. Okay. I've been listening to the last podcast on the left, and they were talking about
Oh,
Chris
it's already
Benoit.
sounded sick.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Chris Benoit.
Yeah, shout out
who-
to last podcast on the left.
Chris Benoit is a wrestler.
He was,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, yeah, 'cause
until
now he's
he
dead.
murdered his wife and his child,
and then killed himself.
and then killed
Speculation.
himself. There is
Speculation.
actually speculation.
No,
on
there
it.
is genuine speculation.
They think that like
Because is he f-
Satanists
well,
may have
no,
done
well,
it.
wait. There's speculation because he's a famous person who committed a crime.
That is true. That is absolutely true.
Chances are he didn't even do it because there's actually DNA evidence which cuts it back to
Which
the
po-
Rothschilds.
Everything comes back to the Rothschilds.
We're all in debt to them.
I
Our
mean,
notes
I
are-
am
Absolutely.
actually in debt to them. I pay them off every week. I love you.
I love you as well. And I'm
Okay.
worried about you because I get scared about them.
I just need you to know.
I
that-
ran into Eli Rothschild the other day.
No.
Yeah, he still sells weed. And I was buying
Eli
it back
Manning?
from him.
He's a multi-billion
Eli
dollar.
Manning, one of the sickest fucking dudes to live, dude. His brother Manny.
Manny Manning.
Manny Manning.
oh,
Dude, his
God.
brother Mayonnaise.
No,
Oh,
no.
wait, you wanna know
Speaking
something?
of that, dude, wait a sec. We got to finish the thing. So tell us more about the Benoit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shout out to last podcast on the left. Hunt and I love to listen to them.
Yeah.
The guys are awesome. Go ahead, Hunt.
Okay, I'm 100% that Brad is going to steal my thunder throughout this entire thing because he
promises not
listened to
to.
it. I'm still got 35 more minutes left in the episode, so I don't
Maybe
know.
we
the-
should
I'll be
just,
respectful and I'll just let you.
I
go.
don't know the conspiracies as well.
Just do a brief outline of what was murdered and how it was done.
Chris Benoit murdered his wife. So
that's the what?
That's the what.
Well,
so what he
he-
did is he took, I think it was a cord of some sort, wrapped it around her neck.
Sword?
A
Cord.
cord.
Oh.
Idiot.
Wrapped it around her neck.
Like a
put
power
his,
sword.
Put his knee in her back and then strangled her. And then left her in the bedroom for 3 days while his son was still home. Didn't know what happened, didn't know where his mom was or whatever. And, that was the thing. And they she was dead and
And
decomposing in the room, and the kid didn't even know. And then a couple days later, he, sent a bunch of text messages to people saying, this is my physical address or something like that, and the dogs are out back. And then he killed him, and then he killed his son.
So he killed the son days apart?
Yeah. So yeah, 3 days later.
And how did he kill the son? A suplex or a...
No, he strangled him as well. But he also poisoned, or he didn't poison him, but he knocked him out with Xanax, and then he killed him. And then he took himself down to their basement where they had a a workout room or whatever.
Yep.
Tied a noose with a towel, and then released the weights and then snapped his neck.
He basically set up the same mechanism that is triggered when you have the gallows. So he had the towel that was made into a noose around his neck, and it was on a weight rack machine, and he set it off so that the weights would go down and yank the towel, and it snapped his neck.
Yeah. So that was my crime that I heard about.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, this was a long time ago.
Yeah, about
but
20 years ago.
Yeah.
that was sick as fuck. For you to know about it, but...
That was thick as fuck that dude just murked his family.
I mean,
there.
I think it's weird. So he killed his wife way ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 days.
And then actually...
And then was like, oh, fuck it. I'm going hard.
Well, then he told because he was due to be in a couple matches.
Yeah, because
in the WWE.
he
at the
was a
time.
pro wrestler.
Yeah, he was a pro wrestler. He was supposed to face CM Punk at SummerSlam, but didn't show up or whatever. And he was just telling them that his wife and kid were sick the whole time.
Yeah.
and that was it.
And well, he wasn't completely wrong.
He wasn't
and what's
really
interesting,
that good excuse.
What's
No.
interesting about that is actually in the psych class that Hugh and I completed in the spring, we did a project on O.J. Simpson, and during our presentation of said project, someone asked about CTE and is it involved, and actually we mentioned Chris Benoit in our presentation. It's a pretty famous case. I mean, you have to think about it. This man literally got hit in one of his special moves was actually headbutting people. He had head trauma for 20 years, and then he snaps, and you
it's-
have to assume that there's a connection.
And I'm thinking the same thing. I'm on the same page as you. It's so sad that someone who was in the limelight like that could so easily be accused of doing something so horrible.
That's
And
exactly what I'm saying.
when
Yeah.
obviously it wasn't
It's like
him.
he was framed the whole time for
Yeah,
it. and I
exactly.
don't
And
know
you
if
know-
why.
you're famous, you're not capable
and there's
of committing a crime.
speculation that a lot of people say that he was actually like it was a joke by his buddies that went too far or whatever, like other
Pranked
wrestler
you.
buddies.
We killed your family.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be that way.
Right.
A lot of them said that.
They were just supposed to
It was
kill the
pranked
wife.
ya. We just wrapped this cord around your wife's neck, just pretending like we were
Gotcha.
gonna kill her.
Let's put it this way. Pranked ya was definitely said. When he walked in, they were like, pranked ya!
Dude, it's just a prank, bro.
Dude, this is what really happened. They killed her. That's fucked up. But then they were like, pranked ya. And then like 2 days later, he was like, oh man, they're never going to get me that good again. Psych out. They did get you that good again.
And then right after that, he was like, "You're never gonna get me." And they're like, "Hey, Chris, go to the weight room."
one more. Pranked ya! It's fucked up,
yeah,
but true. It's
because
fucked
3
up, but
people
true.
died. So
But no, end it. End it.
That was it. That
That's
was the
it.
story. Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Nut and
So-
butter. That's what they say.
Nut
It's
and
nut and
butter.
butter.
yeah.
All right.
So
Let's hear
your
about yours,
crime.
Bradford.
my
crime
my
right here.
crime. Oh God, yeah. What actually crime have I heard about in the past? I feel like we hear about crimes all the time, but we're just like so desensitized we just forget about them.
So true.
Oh, maybe I was reading this article the other day about this in I think it's Alaska. There's a suspected serial killer.
Oh yeah, no, this has been for a long time.
Yeah, I was reading about an update on it. There's like this guy up in Alaska, or there's a suspected man or woman up in Alaska who is like involved in I think like 6 or 7 murders or something like that. It's pretty crazy stuff. I think it was like 5 women previously have been reported missing, and now there's 2 that just went missing. Like just is kind of
Yeah, 'cause
relative, but
I
2
think
people.
in the first the first season of Alaska State Troopers, like that was a thing. That
Yeah.
serial killer was a thing.
Yeah, and it's pretty interesting stuff. They think they're close to catching this guy because they're like,
How do they know it's not a Kodiak bear?
it could be.
It could be
How
a
do we
Kodiak
know
bear.
that? How do we know that it's not a man who transforms
It was a
into
Kodak,
a Kodiak
bear, actually.
A
It
Kodak.
takes pictures.
Like that movie with
Oh.
Robin Williams where he's a photographer who kills people.
Dude.
What's that one like?
Oh.
Pictures?
Picture perfect.
No, what's it actually
We're
called?
sick as a movie.
What's it
Picture
actually called?
perfect.
It's called 1 hour photo.
1 hour photo.
And he's not a photographer. He just works in a 1 hour photo.
Yeah. You want to know
And he ends
another?
up slurping a perp at the end of that movie, dude. He definitely gets on it.
You know what other movie Robin Williams is a serial killer in?
There's several. Missed Out
Insomnia. No, have you actually seen this movie Insomnia? He plays a
Tell us more.
he plays a serial killer in Alaska who forces his victims to like not sleep or something. He like terrorizes them, like stalks them. Basically, he's the same guy as in 1 hour photo. And
then
guess who's
fucks
the
their
cop?
pee-hole.
Is it anything like RV with Robin Williams?
It's actually a spin-off.
RV.
RV is a spin-off.
Oh my god.
Guess who's the cop who tries to catch Robin Williams in the movie in Insomnia?
Is he black?
I'm going to guess. Tell me
What is this? I don't
Oh yeah.
get it.
Oh yeah.
I don't get it.
Ace Ventura.
No.
Type detective.
No.
Well, that's all I'm getting
No.
from that.
Ace Ventura.
Al Pacino.
Elpa?
Yeah.
Help.
Alpa.
El Pacino.
Yeah, and then actually Al Pacino didn't know that it was a role, and that's why he killed Robin Williams a couple years ago by hanging him in his closet.
You're kidding. Dude, what about this? Tie them together. You got Williams. You got Cornell. You got...
Yeah, Chris Cornell hanged himself. It's
Dude,
official.
Chris Cornell and Robin
himself.
Williams. Chris Cornell and Robin Williams
proper
were
English.
killed the same way.
Yeah, it's almost like
2
millions
years
of people
apart. Do
killed
you want to
themselves.
talk about an Alaskan strangler, or do you want to talk about the real culprit, which is the Hollywood Hanger,
The
who has
Hollywood
hung
Hanger.
people
The Hollywood
twice?
Hanger, also
It's
known
just-
as depression.
It's just
That-
a hanger.
Oh yeah, a
that
lot
you
of people
hang
say
your
that.
clothes on.
Yeah, right. He was depressed. He was the lead singer of Soundgarden, and he was an actor in the movie
And-
Miss Dumbkire, Mrs. Doubtfire. I've seen both of those movies, and Chris Cornell was in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
He was the kid.
He was
He
the
played
kid.
Sally Field.
He was.
Sally Field
Excuse
signed
you.
me up. You mean Forrest Gump's mom? Yeah, I've seen her in a movie. Listen, R.I.P. to both those bitches.
R.I.P. to everybody that's dead that we
R.I.P..
just mentioned in like the past 7 minutes.
R.I.P. to. Is that what you
R.I.P.
said?
Yeah.
Because PETA's another good ass organization protecting the animals from what's ever gonna get done with them.
Also, great bread.
Cool.
PETA is the best bread.
Not the best.
Second to actually, there's a couple breads that are better. Non bread is better.
Pita's the best bread. Second to.
Baguettes. are
Ooh,
the
you
best
like
bread.
baguettes?
Baguette is the best bread.
Dude,
100%.
there's
there's
Can't
these,
go wrong.
I'm eating
Welcome to the Good
baguettes.
Loaf, home of the Good Loaf. Amazing place.
Dude, the Good
There's
Loaf.
this,
Shout out to the Good Loaf Bakery, Milford. The best whole grain bread, the best baguettes.
Amazing.
There's
Yeah.
this place in Boston that makes Parker House rolls that I like a lot.
Parker House rolls are fucking bomb as
We
hell.
didn't ask you. I'm just kidding.
I love
you.
bread. I love rolls.
You. Your crime of the week.
Yeah, what's your crime of the week? It can't be one that you committed. Don't give me the shifty
Listen,
eyes.
don't come up with an idea and then not have a crime for it.
I do have one, and I've had it this whole fucking time.
Go ahead and say it.
Go ahead.
And it was actually what inspired me to
Go
spark
ahead and
this
say it.
idea.
Absolutely.
Well,
Oh boy, he's
Oh, no.
stalling.
there was 3 guys.
Oh no, I don't
And
like where this is going.
Let's put it this way: there were 3 guys,
Did they age backwards?
and my grandma gets a union leader delivered every day. The union leader disappeared, and there were 3 guys that could have taken it, and it was gone by the time the morning came. My grandma went out to get it, and it wasn't there. So that's mine and my crime of the week, and I wanted to get it out on the air because whoever took it, just to let you know, she gets one every day. So you didn't really take that much because it was only 1/7 of what she gets per week.
Oh.
So
End of
you've
story.
So you've been watching The Office.
The
lately.
3 guys, me,
No.
my brother, and my other brother. Chances are grandma canceled her subscription because she has been losing it lately.
It's at this moment that we realize that Hugh's mind was actually farther gone than his grandmother's.
Yep.
I found out that the Union Lemur is not even a paper in Milford.
It's just a monkey.
Lemur. Zaboomafoo. Great show.
I love that show, dude. The little fucking animal that jumps.
Mm-hmm.
What
So
were you gonna say about the Offo?
Ye-
I
well,
actually
you
have
can-
a I actually have a segment I would like to start this week
Let's
as
pop
well.
it off.
It is what are you watching this week? That's our segment.
What are you watching? Yeah, and what are you listening?
Yeah, what are you watching? What are you
What are you
listening
listening
this
to?
week?
What are you watching? I'm gonna kick it
Anything
off
new?
because I was
Alright.
the last one to go before,
go ahead,
and
go
also
ahead.
probably
Go,
the
go,
most
go.
important crime
Just
to talk
go
about.
ahead.
Definitely the most
Let's
important.
see.
If you mention the Union Leader, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
What am I watching? The
Yes.
Union Leader. What am I listening to? The Union Leader.
There it is. Yeah,
no,
Union
let's
Leader.
see. What am I watching for television programs?
You were mentioning how you have been watching the 2 newer
Shut the
episodes
fuck up, Brad.
of The Office.
Just shut up about it if you want to blow my spot up.
I'll blow anyone's spot up. Fuck me. That's right. That's my threat. Fuck me.
I'll blow anyone's spot up.
Have sex with me.
Fuck me in the ass.
Yeah, I'll blow anyone's spot up, dude. Have sex with me.
Yeah.
All right, so
Do
listen.
it. You're not man enough.
Bro,
As
don't tell
if.
me if I'm man enough
And that's
to
how I
fuck
always
your
get
ass.
laid.
Yeah, that's how he always scares me into it.
Yeah.
So, know what? I actually, for a new show that I had never watched before, I was watching this show called Sneaky Pete on Amazon.
Oh, is that
I
good?
heard about that.
Dude, it's actually a pretty decent show.
I want to check that out.
I want to say the worst thing about it is Bryan Cranston.
Really?
Yeah, I just don't really like him in it because, I don't know, he's just not convincing to me. Like, because the character he plays is like, there's no depth of character. You know, he's just like,
Is he like?
he's
what
just like,
is he?
he's just like the bad crime
Is he like
boss.
a mobster or something?
Yeah, he's like the bad crime boss.
Kind
but
of like he is in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, but
almost,
in Breaking Bad,
but
he
there's
was
more
like,
depth of character in Breaking Bad.
yeah, like he made like in Breaking Bad, you see the entire arc. I feel like in this, he's just a bad guy.
Yeah, he's just a bad dude.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
but a pretty good show.
Yeah. Who's the main guy in that?
Giovanni Ribisi, I
Yeah.
think his name is. And he's pretty good.
I
He
think
was
he's a
on one of
pretty-
my favorite shows back in the day about 6 friends living in New York City. And I loved that show, and I love this one.
You mean
And-
Friends?
That's what it's called. Yeah, it's called Friends. Courtney Cox, David Schwimmer,
Yep, we've heard of it.
Matthew Perry
Yep,
plays
we've heard of it.
Chandler.
Yep.
Have you seen it?
Every
No,
every
please explain.
living human being is. in it.
Explain.
Okay.
I've never seen
It's
this
just
show.
this is actually fun. I'd never get to do this, but it's like 6 friends. They're all, 20 something, right? And
They're
oh,
not.
they are.
They're like 30s.
They're like 30 something.
in real life, but they're supposed to be 20s in the show.
Are
Fine,
they?
whatever.
Well, maybe
Great,
like
yeah, sure.
Rachel's supposed
So
to be 20
so
something.
listen, they're in their 20s and they're having a ball, dude. Like there's one
Yeah,
Joey
like 29.
who is always wondering, and there's the crazy friend who's played by Lisa Kudrow, who's like, you know, could she be any crazier?
And her name is.
Phoebe.
There you go.
I almost forgot. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, "What is her
Really?
name?"
I was thinking,
know her name.
all
I
I
was
could
like, wait,
remember
what
was
is-
Phoebes. I was like, is it Feeble?
Feeble.
Is it
Let's name her
Flobber?
weak.
Hey, Feeble. That's like what the dad who doesn't love his son names him. He's like, come over here, feeble weakling. Like, is
Come
that-
over here, mistake.
That's fucked up. Is that what you call him? He's like, no, that's his name. Check his birth certificate. It's Feeble Weakling McGregor.
Oh, I'm dedicated with my hate.
It's so true. So, but that's the show. That Sneaky Pete show is all right. And I have been watching the last 2 seasons of Friends. And,
The
or
Office.
no, last 2 seasons of The Office.
What episodes have you? What you were saying that you like some of? What are the ones that you like in the new seasons? I should say.
I can't even remember at all.
But there are good. There are good parts. Like
Yeah,
there's
there
definitely
are
a drop.
There's
but then
a
it does.
few bad parts and there's a few good parts. I hate. I mean, dude, what they do with Andy is weird.
It's weird. He goes back to the original Andy.
But he like goes back and forth and like he just sucks ass. Like what
He's-
they do with his character
it's weird.
sucks.
It really isn't that great.
And whatever. You know, enough of that bullfuck. Suck it. And let's hear Hunter.
Wait, what are you listening to? You got to do what do you watch? What do you
Oh, listening to. I was just listening to The Last Waltz by the band with my friend Steven in his car.
listen? Okay.
All right.
We meant like.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
well,
that's
it's
good.
fine.
That's good. Good job.
So we were going
Hunt.
backwards, so it's your turn actually.
Oh, okay. So I finally started watching Mad Men because I kept saying I was going to start. It's good. I like John Hamm. He's really good at like doing the.
Ham dog.
He's good, man. He
Hambone.
he is very good. I've also what show was it?
Do you find it hard to get through it without falling asleep?
Riverdale.
No, and yes, I watched through Riverdale. Riverdale. I gotta say that. I gotta.
Don't ever fucking watch that show.
No, shut the fuck up. I'm putting this on the table.
Don't.
I had a me moment where I talk to myself because I do that all the time because I'm unstable, as the doctors like to say, and I decided something. Riverdale is not a good show by any sense of the word. Like a good show, you know, Mad Men or like Sneaky Pete or Bloodline, like really like powerful, like well written or well acted shows. But Riverdale is a very
I wouldn't even put Sneaky Pete on that list.
really okay. Well, I haven't seen it, but
Sneaky Pete is good. I know I'm laughing about it. Sneaky Pete is good. It's actually like I'm sure you guys would like it. It's a really fun show to watch, but definitely not like a wicked good one.
But then so that applies to what I'm about to say. Riverdale is very fun to watch. It's a lot like I'm assuming Sneaky Pete is. It's not gonna win any awards, but check it out because it does
It's like a shittier version of Twilight.
I've
no.
seen Riverdale before. That
I'll-
shit's been popular since like the 1990s. The dancing where you only move your legs.
So basically, it's the
What is that? Not
No,
what you guys
shut
are
the
talking
fuck
about?
up.
Dude, it's like
You're
Bailey,
thinking of River Dance.
I think you're thinking of Rain Dance.
No, he's not. He's
whatever the
thinking of
fuck
River
I'm
Dance.
thinking of. It's sick.
Okay, great. So
Barnum and Bailey's
Sick,
Riverdance.
dude.
so it's based off of
It's sick.
it's based off of
It's
like a
sick.
comic book thing. Not like comic
It's
books. but
based off a comic book thing. We're talking about Riverdale, the show. What show is it on? What program network?
What show is it on?
It's on Riverdale.
Wait, Brad, tell us
Listen,
please.
If you guys could
For the
see
people at
Brad's
home,
face right now,
For the layman,
it's
tell
like
us which program network it's on.
I don't know. I watched it on Netflix.
So it's on Netflix.
No, well, the first season is. I mean, it's like a TV show that they just put on
So
Netflix.
you think there's actually more than one season now?
Well, yes, there is. The second one is starting.
Quite a claim.
Shut the fuck up. Okay. Anyway,
Quite a
it's
claim.
it's
Quite a claim.
'cause I'm
it's-
pretty
it's-
sure there's only one dance.
it's
Yeah.
based off of the
Michael
comic book
Flattery's. Michael Flattery's Lord of the Dance. That's what it's called.
That was open.
Oh
it's-
no. It's the circuit board is breaking.
thing. It's breaking. It's based off of the comic book thing or the comic book strip with Archie and Jughead and
Oh, you told me about
Betty
this.
and Veronica. Yeah. And they made it like adult.
Riverdale.
Yes.
You told me about the show the other
Shut
day.
the fuck up. Yes. And
That's
it's
nothing like Michael Flattery's Lord of the
No,
Dance.
I know it's not.
But that was sick because that dance
It's
was sick.
the comic strip was like meant for like kids when I was in the funnies, but this show is like supposed to be like more
It
adult.
was in the funnies.
And you
Quote
said
unquote,
it's a
yeah.
little bit forced. Like, not forced in a bad way, but like they make it R-rated.
like forced in the way of getting anally penetrated.
No, it's forced, and yes, they try to make it R-rated, and
that's the easy way.
they do it well. Don't get me wrong, they do it well because there are a lot of shows that try to do that. They're like, oh, well, now we're gritty, but this show,
Like Law and Order SVU. It
Yeah.
used to be so lighthearted and funny.
I know about the rape.
Yeah, about people getting raped.
It used to be hilarious.
It's just that the show does these two things that it's hard to find a medium that it usually does. But
It used to
sometimes-
be called Law and Order Silly Victims Unit.
Silly victims unit. It used to be only clowns that commit crimes, and then they're like, you know what? Let's just do rape. Let's just do rape.
They're like, you know what? We don't like the silly anymore. Let's make it special.
Let's make it rape.
Law and
Um,
Order Silly Victim Unit.
So there's like this medium that they try to make where they're like
Good. Remember the porno version? Law and Order Suck the Victims Unit?
suck victims.
That was
Law and
sick
Order
as fuck.
sucking me up.
Oh,
Victims
okay.
Unit.
Stop.
Hey, do you know they're making a Law and Order specifically about the Menendez brothers?
Yes, I know. We talked about this. Last
Yeah.
episode.
Menendez.
It's gonna be called.
Yeah.
He
it's-
said Menendez.
Well, everything he says is wrong.
It's gonna. Oh, that's not
Oh,
true.
excuse you.
Yeah, excuse you.
Miss, my parents don't love me. And I
Yeah.
said miss on purpose, bitch.
Yeah,
Are
exactly.
you assuming my gender?
Yes.
Yeah, Miss fucking leaks a lot. You know what I'm saying, dude?
His butthole
Yeah,
leaks.
is a spank, dude. You look like you always just ate Wise potato chips.
What?
Why?
Yeah, you've never had Wise?
They make your anal leak.
They suck, first of all.
I-
Wise
I-
potato chips are not good.
They really do suck. And
Wise.
back in the 70s or 80s, they literally caused anal leakage. They had to put out a thing that said we cause anal leakage, and they had to change the recipe.
It's
Nice.
more down like in the southern, not southern states,
In
but
the
like
southern
down,
hemisphere.
down like near like Jersey and shit.
It is
Wise
true.
like a-
Down in Jersey, they love Wise
they
chips,
do,
dude.
they absolutely do. But I
They
think
do.
they like Utz more.
Did you guys? Yeah, they do. Did you guys ever watch the show Jersey Shore?
No.
Yeah.
No.
No. Well, not
Dude,
really.
a
I mean,
lot of
heard of it.
shows have got inspiration from that. Like, I wouldn't doubt Riverdale got inspiration from Jersey Shore.
Great segue. Anyway, so
Jersey
what they do,
Shore.
what they do in
Jersey Shore.
Riverdale is they try to keep it really,
Jersey
is they try to keep it really true to like the
Hey,
the,
Pauly
the
D.
strip, where they like don't change the names of anyone. Where they like don't change the names of anyone in the show.
You're just gonna have to wait for it to stop.
Polly D.
So if you think you're gonna get through your shows and things, you're not.
Listen, I think
We're
he
just having fun.
listens-
We're a couple of dudes fucking slurping on a warm one.
What, Brad? You don't want to suck on a warm one, dude?
Let's hear it, Brad.
All right, we'll be quiet.
Yeah.
Go.
Continue talking about Riverdale.
And go.
So what they try to do in the show is because they're trying to make it more adult. They definitely they keep it like true to the strip, where they don't change any names or they change like anything about the show, like
They-
the way the characters dress or everything.
They keep it totally.
Like
Yeah.
the same in the comic.
They
Yes.
keep it totally
So like
100.
in the comic strip,
Saw that
the
smile.
character Jughead, he's got like this weird like hat that kind of looks like a crown. In the show, he's got that hat. So they do that, and then they also make it like adult. So like I wouldn't find either of them weird if they were like individual, where they were like, oh, we took a lot of inspiration from the Archie comics, but then we made it a drama. Or if they were like, oh no, we're just making a live action version of Archie comics. But instead they did both. So you got Jughead, and he's dressed like Jughead in the comics, and his name is Jughead, and he's wearing the weird hat, but then he's also like fucking Betty and stuff like that, and you're like, what's happening? And it's weird,
It's a little too much.
but it's fun. And I think they actually do find a medium. They do find a medium, because it could have been done horribly. And I don't think it's horrible. I think it's like a fun show, kind of like what we were talking about last episode, where like sometimes you just need a show to like turn off
something
and
for
watch,
fun.
and it doesn't matter. That's a really great show for it. So I say watch it.
And let me hear
I
this.
say don't.
Enough of that, because we're all going to watch it. Riverdance
It's your homework.
2017.
Yeah.
Let's hear about what you're listening to, because I felt as if you didn't think I said that
I just
properly.
meant like if you found something new.
Oh.
I just found out.
I know, I took that literal.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, fuck. I was
Literally just listened to this guy.
listening to that. I was outside listening to that.
I've found two new guys. I think you like one of the guys that I listened to, that I just found out about.
Let
Benjamin
me hear him. Lay
Booker.
him on me.
Benjamin Booker. Have you ever heard of him?
I've heard of Booker T. Washington and never heard
I've
of
heard
him.
of Benjamin Button.
It's the same guy that
I-
you just mentioned.
Dude, it's the same guy that was in both Benjamin Button and Booker T. Washington.
Yep, that's it. Same guy. No, Benjamin Booker is a really good. It's kind of like soul, like really modern, like Al Green, Marvin Gaye sort of stuff. It's pretty good stuff.
Cool
And then
music.
also a band called the Districts. You ever heard of them?
Seen a
The
movie called
District of-
District 9 one
Yeah,
time.
it's the same guy.
I've heard of District of Columbia.
Same
yeah,
guy.
I've actually heard of both those things because one of them is the capital of my country.
You live in South America too?
District of Columbia, buddy. It's what the DC stands for in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, it's the capital of
In
Bolivia.
Washington.
Capital of Malaysia. What is that? The country that my wiener lives next to?
Bashlavia.
Bashlavia, more like Bushlangia.
Yeah, more like fucking,
Or-
more like Martha Bush Longington.
Nice.
All right, let's hear it, Hunt.
Districts is pretty good.
Hunter,
You should check it out.
Hunter, what the fuck you listening to? What the fuck you watching? Lay it on us, bitch.
This week, I'm watching.
Let's shut this bitch down.
I know, right?
Wow.
Wait for the first words to leak out of his mouth. We gonna fucking
Leak out just like
assassinate
he's
him.
been eating some of those wise
Blacklist.
chips.
As if we haven't seen his tip.
Blacklist.
Blacklist.
He took our advice and he's listening to Blacklist. He's watching Blacklist.
He's finally listening to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you
Watching
like it, right?
Blacklist. Yeah, I
And
like
that is so sick.
think it's
His
a good
mom
job.
finally took the parental locks off on the computer.
I know, right?
it. Yeah.
Dude, finally you're allowed to play Sims fully loaded.
I mean, I walked up to her and I
Ooh.
was like, "Bitch,
No. Whoa.
fucking unlock this shit."
Yeah.
yeah, he was like, bitch.
I got the
But
courage.
he said it once his mom left for work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like his mom left for work, was out of the driveway, and he was like, "Bitch,
That's-
unlock it."
That's what he was saying to his phone, but he texts. He's like, please.
And then he still apologized, even though he's like, "Bitch, unlock it."
Dude,
I'm
but
sorry,
for real.
mom.
So she took the
I'm
parental
sorry.
locks off, and you've been watching that Blacklist.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it only black people?
There is
It's
a
way
black
healthier
person.
than the other Blacklist.
There's a black person in it.
There is Dembe. I love Dembe.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yes.
totally forgot about Dembe.
Yeah, racist.
Yeah, but they
Dembe, who I'm
murked-
pretty sure is actually
they
played.
murked the Asian girl.
Spoiler. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
in
I don't
season
give a
4. Who
fuck.
gives a
Fuck
fuck?
you. It's-
Wait, what?
It's season 4.
This
It's
is
in season 1.
Well, I'm saying it's in season 4.
Oh wait,
Oh.
who's
If
the
you're-
Asian
Yeah,
girl
yeah,
from
yeah.
season 1?
See, that's the other point.
Who's the
She's
Asian
in
girl
like
from
3
season
episodes.
one?
She's in like 3 episodes. Do you remember the episode
She's
when
in a lot more than 3.
Well, do you remember the episode when Red and the wrestler are stuck in that big glass like box and the bad
Yeah.
yeah. So when the bad guy is like in the FBI thing,
Oh,
and he,
yeah.
like, and he like kills that woman to get Red to come out. That's the Asian
Yeah,
guy.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, dude, there's actually an amazing fucking scene, dude. I don't like to do many things where I do
If it ruins
serious.
anything, don't
I
tell
don't
me.
like doing serious talk, but there's an amazing scene when they're in that box and he's like, dude.
Oh, it
we're-
is. You're talking about the speech.
I said the
Dude,
exact fucking
He
same
says,
thing. Didn't
we're
I
gonna
say that?
die,
Hunter?
right?
Didn't
He's
I say
like,
that
we're
exactly?
gonna die,
He's
and he's
like-
like, we're not gonna die.
And then he
'cause I
explains
don't
why he's
wanna
not
die.
gonna
and he
die.
says why he's not gonna die, dude. That is like makes
Wh-
you fucking
now
really
let me just
feel, dude.
now let me say something about that. I was because
I would mark that as comparable to the scene in Jack where he gives his teacher all the red gummy bears. Have you ever seen that?
no.
Will
No.
Smith plays an old man child. He was literally a 3rd grader, but he's not Will Smith.
Will Smith. Who do you actually
Will
mean?
Smith is hanging out in an elementary school. No, it's Robin Williams, and he plays like a 3rd grader who like ages way too fast.
Oh,
and his
I have heard of
teacher,
this movie,
like,
but
loves,
I did not.
His teacher loves the fucking red gummy bears. Wicked sad scene, but whatever. Ends up dying. Spoiler alert. But that scene of that show really struck me, dude, and that's actually kind of what kept me watching that show.
So when I found out that Hunt was watching Blacklist, he was like, maybe you were like 3 or 4 episodes, maybe like 1 episode in, honestly, and you were like, yeah, I'm watching Blacklist, and I was like, so
I think it was
about
3 and 4.
all
3
right,
or 4.
3 or 4 episodes, and I was like, so once every season, James Spader, who plays Red in Blacklist, does like a monologue that makes you kind of just sit back and go like, fuck, man, and I was like, and
Dude,
just
he's
wait,
talking about
'cause
like the
each,
taste of the food, and he's just
because
like,
like each season has
Ah,
one.
it's
The
a
one in
beautiful
season
scene.
1 is a really good one. It's when they're stuck in this
that's
big glass box.
That's the best one, I
Yeah.
think.
My favorite
good
one
one.
is actually in season 2 when he's talking to the animal poacher and he goes, "What separates men from him? Like, what separates men from him from men like me?" So he's talking. So there's this episode. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's an episode where one of the Blacklist members, because basically the show is the Blacklist members are criminals they go after. One of the Blacklist is an organization of animal poachers, and at the end, Red is talking to the head animal poacher, who's Peter Fonda, and so it's him talking to the animal poacher, and he's explaining how he met Dembe. Do you remember that scene?
Yeah.
That's my favorite one, where he explains Dembe, and then he goes, "What separates men from him, like men from me," and then what happens.
That is a good one.
But I really do like that one where they're in the
Dude,
glass
that
box.
one is like that really got me hooked on that show because I was like, dude, that dude is powerhouse actor, and
Oh, James Spader is amazing.
and he fucked shit up in that episode, like meaning emotionally.
Yeah,
He
and he
fucked me up
also
emotionally.
physically fucks shit up. He kills like 7 people.
Yeah, he's a badass. Good show.
It's a great show.
Aside from that bull fucking cucky, let's hear it, Hunter.
Cucky. Yeah. What else are you listening to, or what are you listening to?
What
What
else
are
am
you
I
watching?
listening to?
What else have you been
Well, I'm not-
gracing with your ears?
Yeah, I know, right?
I haven't
faggot.
listened. I haven't started
Piece of
listening to
shit
any.
asshole.
I
Okay,
hate him so much.
listen. I haven't listened to.
Oh,
anything.
maybe you should spit it out, Hunter.
Faggot.
Maybe actually say it with your mouth instead of fucking making us wait.
I haven't been listening to anything new recently.
Yeah. Okay.
Other
They're
than
rebellious.
for that new episode of, oh, it's not a new episode, but it is the episode of the last podcast about
Shout out to last
Chris
podcast.
Bonnet.
Well, close. It's
Benoit.
Benoit. It's
Benoit.
Benoit.
Kiss Bonnet.
Kiss Bonnet.
Dude, he's one of my favorite wrestling.
Yeah, and actually, speaking of last podcast and how you were talking about Law and Order, they have a couple of episodes on the Menendez brothers, which were actually a
Dude,
really
It's so true.
very interesting.
Now that
couple
you
of
say
episodes.
that,
Great episodes.
speaking of that,
They really are.
Speaking of all of it, I've had
Yes.
a really good time with you guys today.
That's not related.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
What'd you think of Doctor Strange? Because I know you watched that.
Oh, actually, you're right. I did just watch Doctor Strange
like today, right?
earlier
Doctor
today.
Strange.
It was actually a really good movie.
Because you're a
I
big
really
Benedict
enjoyed it.
Cumberbatch fan.
Benedict Cumberbatch
is
is
a
definitely
fucking piece
one of the
shit.
best. Listen, he's one of the best
Yeah,
actors.
you're talking about
right
Benedict
now.
Cumberbatch?
Careful, he'll kill you if you bad talk him.
Benedict Cucumber Snatch?
I'll
Dude.
cucumber your snatch, bitch.
Dude, that dude, I will tell you that I do not like this dude.
you don't
It's
like?
actually funny. You told me about the Sherlock show, and I was like, oh, yeah. And I totally forgot that dude was on Sherlock.
Yeah, he's Sherlock.
Dude, Benedict Cumberbatch.
How do you
dude.
not like Benedict?
Dude, how do you like him?
All right, let's have this debate. Wait, stop.
He looks like
Stop.
an alien.
Stop. Shut the fuck up.
You didn't even
We're gonna
say it
structure
right.
this. We're gonna structure this.
Well, no, actually, hold on. Let's not do that ever.
no.
But
No, we don't structure anything here.
Yeah, we don't structure shit.
Go ahead
And I
and-
don't like him that much.
I want you to say why, and then you rebuttal with why he's good. I agree with Hunter.
I've
though.
seen a movie with him. in it.
Which
What
movie?
was it?
I saw it.
What is it?
I saw him in it.
No, he doesn't get any opinions
He was
anymore.
rolling.
He hasn't seen shit.
He was the leading role
In what?
in a movie.
If you can't name the
it
movie,
was called The Imitation Game.
that was a good movie.
That was a really good movie.
Was literally it might as well have been made by a child who didn't know anything about anything, and so he made a movie with Benedict Cumberbatch in it.
What are you talking about?
Dude,
I
that
think
dude
you don't
eats
like him because
cucumbers.
everyone else does.
Nobody likes him.
I feel like you're just saying you don't like him because I like him just to make
Dude,
an argument.
as if you even like him. Name one show.
Sherlock.
Name Sherlock.
Name another.
There isn't any other.
He isn't in another show. Actually,
end of story.
he was in a show like a long time ago. I forget the name of it, but yeah.
Dude, the dude is a cornball. You know.
But that's not
I've
what we're
seen
discussing. We're
other
discussing
films
whether or
with
not
him.
he's good. He
Have
may
you
be.
seen his romantic comedies?
He's not
They're like a joke, dude.
in any.
He's
Name
nothing.
one.
and the Imitation Game is kind
You
of
want
a
me to name
romantic
one?
comedy.
Fool's Gold.
That's
What?
Matthew McConaughey.
13 going on 30.
That's Jennifer Garner. Oh, and Mark Ruffalo.
10
Mark
things
Ruffalo.
I hate about you.
Yeah. it
That's
is.
Heath Ledger and Julia Stiles. Oh, and Fool's Gold is Kate Hudson.
How to get rid of a guy in 10 days.
Oh, that's Sandra Bullock and Hugh Grant.
That was so far off. It was insane.
No,
Kate
wait.
Hudson,
Oh wait,
Matt McConaughey.
you know what I'm thinking of? You know what the Sandra Bullock and Hugh Grant one is? 2 weeks notice.
Was it
2
The
weeks
Blind
notice
Side?
is horrible as well.
They're all bad.
Dude,
Blindside is Sandra Bullock
The
and
Blind Side, one of my
and the
favorite
Black Lady.
romantic comedies.
Yeah, I know.
And the
Actually,
Black Kid.
One of the only interracial
Don't be
romantic
racist.
comedies, dude. Blind Side, when she gets blindsided.
She
Dude,
got
imagine
blindsided by
a
his
Benedict
massive cock.
Cumberbatch, Blindside, double DP.
double
Oh
DP. dude.
yeah, the only types of double DPs I like are double.
You're telling me
ones.
that in real life that dude didn't fuck that white mommy.
Okay, well Sandra Bullock was married during the time, but actually while she was
No,
Sandra
I mean-
Bullock got
the real-
hustled though.
Yeah,
Remember that?
What
While
I mean
she
is the
was
real life.
While she was making that movie, literally Jesse James was having sex with anything that moved.
Yup.
He even had sex with a motorcycle.
Yeah, well he always did that. Come on.
No, what I was thinking about was like in
Oh,
the
you're
real
talking about the
life
real Michael
mother,
Orr.
and then the real life Michael
Michael
Orr.
Orr, yeah, and then
Is that the dude's name? Has he
Michael
ever been
Orr.
in another movie?
No,
He's-
it's
he's a
Wasn't he the guy in Last King of Scotland?
No, that
What are you
was Forrest Whitaker and James McAvoy.
Yeah, which was actually a classic.
Good movie.
Yeah, hilarious.
God, I'm
Some of
gonna-
the scenes in that movie, like the torture scenes, it's like, oh my god.
It was weird when they strung up James McAvoy like a fucking pig.
I know. That was fucked up, actually.
I'd say so.
it
I'd
was pretty
Have you
dedicate.
ever seen the movie Penelope with James McAvoy in it?
Yeah, I actually
Penelope
have.
Cruz.
No, yeah.
Oh, Penelope Cruz. Let's talk about a real superstar. Have you ever seen the movie Vanilla Sky? If you haven't, go
No.
home and make sure you're ready to just hold on to your grasp of reality because that movie
Do I
will
need
make
my
you feel-
VHS player for that?
Salisbury
fuck off.
Hill.
First of all, Benedict Cumberbatch is one of the worst actors in Ocean's 11. Second of all, I
feel
don't like him in Ocean's 13.
I feel
either.
like you
Ah.
don't know who Benedict Cumberbatch is.
I do
Oh,
because
you
he's
don't.
the guy who's in Sherlock, and he plays the guy other than
He's
the
the
guy
doctor,
who plays
right?
Iron Man.
He's the doctor, right?
The guy who plays Iron Man is in Sherlock Holmes. His sidekick,
You're talking about Sherlock the movie.
his sidekick is played by Benedict
That's Robert
Cumberbatch.
Downey
You're
Jr.
talking about Jude Law, dumbass.
And you're talking.
Benedict. Dude, listen, I've seen his movies. He's in the movie 1 Week with Marilyn, and he was in the new movie about Harry Potter, Fabulous Monsters.
Oh, now you're talking about Eddie Redmayne.
I've seen them all. If you've seen one English actor, you've seen them all.
That's genuinely racist.
Dude, Benedict
not
Cumberbatch
racist.
plays the butler.
Yes, it is to say if you've seen one
Benedict
English
Cumberbatch plays
Wait,
the
stop,
butler
stop,
in
stop, stop,
Batman.
stop,
He
stop.
plays the butler in Batman.
Okay, fine. Do I have to now name the butlers?
I don't know why. Can you?
Michael Caine, Jeremy
Michael
Irons.
Caine.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. I just happened to
Michael Caine.
eat a muffin.
Will you
and
shut the fuck
couldn't
up?
believe it.
Jeremy Irons is another one.
Of Jeremy Irons.
He was Alfred in Batman v Superman.
Dude, let's
Alfred
be
and
real.
Hitchcock.
That dude Benedict Cumberbatch, I've seen a million English dudes do what that dude can do with his fucking hands tied behind my back. Dude, you want to talk about a good Benedict Cumberbatch movie? The King's Speech.
Colin Firth. Yes,
What about him?
that's the guy.
You're,
wanna ma- I don't-
you're absurd.
I just want to make sure that I'm not going crazy. And
You're absurd.
that
to
King's
say
Speech
that.
is a good movie.
Dude,
I think he
When-
got an Oscar for that.
when Cumberbatch comes out and he's like, "Do, do, 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 do,"
And they
he-
have him say "fuck" a bunch.
Dude, actually, that movie was not that good. And it lost.
I liked it.
You know what? It beat that movie that was really good that year, Black Swan. That was a good movie.
Black Swan, I liked.
Black
Darren
Swan-
Aronofsky.
Yeah, he deserved the award 100 times over. But
Wait,
they gave
did
it to
Colin
the fucking
Firth
Englishman.
get best actor?
He did.
Yeah, I thought he did. I like Colin Firth. Okay, I think he's good.
He's as good as a wet sandwich. You know, like a sandwich.
Did you see Kingsman? Did either of you see Kingsman?
Yeah, I've
Yeah, the
seen
first
it
one.
before.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
I thought it was good. Oh, actually, speaking of movies that we've seen, you know how I was talking about Alien Covenant? Saw Alien Covenant. Fucking loved it.
Were we talking about?
Yeah,
Alien
like
Covenant?
a couple episodes ago. I was
Literally
like, I was-
never talking about that movie.
I
don't
just
think
mentioned
so.
that I mentioned a couple episodes that I wanted to see it, and I was just
I don't
Nope.
think so.
Nope.
no, I did mention it.
Nope.
yes.
Nope. 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 No. 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 Nope. Nope.
It didn't happen. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So what have you
And
been
if
listening
it
to?
did happen, because
I
why
didn't-
wouldn't we
I-
remember it?
Listen,
You know what
didn't
else I don't
even
like
think-
about Benedict Cumberbatch?
Everything, because the dude's a
Is-
fucking asshole.
Yeah, is his height. He's too tall to be British.
He's not even tall.
I know, but he's still too tall to be British.
There's some tall Brits,
What are
dude.
you talking about?
There's
There's
some
a-
wicked tall Brits,
I
dude.
know.
Brits are kind of
Javier
tall.
Bardem.
Javier Bardem. Ooh, I like him.
Claude Van
He's
Damme.
he's Belgian. He's
Claude Van Damme.
You know, he said Claude Vaude Van Damme.
Claude Van Damme. I love that.
He's Belgian.
dude,
and he's
first of
fucking
all, some of the tallest-
Here I am.
JCVD. Great fucking movie. Have you not seen JCVD?
What the fuck is that?
It's the movie with well, okay, so there's this movie.
Oh, is it Jean-Claude Van Damme?
yeah, but it's called JCVD.
What is
That's
it?
what it's
a
the name
movie.
of it is called Jean-Claude Van Damme, but the title is JCVD, and it's about Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's a very good movie.
Wasn't he born? Wasn't he a ballet dancer when he was a kid?
Yep. That's
And-
how he was really good at the kicks.
And he wasn't even a martial artist at all, right?
He later started to study martial arts, but like originally when he
He
was
was
in
a
like
dancer.
Time Cop and stuff like that, he was just a dancer, and that's how he can do like all the splits and stuff like that. And he's
Yeah.
you
Doesn't
know,
he have a super hot daughter?
yes,
He
they all do.
does.
He
They all
does.
do. They all do.
Woody Goldberg.
Yep. Eminem's daughter
Whoopi
is
Goldberg.
super hot. Have you guys seen Eminem's daughter like recently?
Oh,
Haley
Yeah.
Joel Osment.
Yep. No, but she's
Dude,
like,
do you know all those songs were actually, like the songs he said Haley in were actually about Haley Joel Osment?
Yeah.
Haley's song
Haley,
was about
I know
Haley
you miss
Joel.
your mom, and it was Haley Joel Osment, and he was like, I know who my mom is.
Haley, I know you miss your mom, and you miss Bruce Willis in that movie about the dead people. Dude, that's a good movie. M. Night
Sixth Sense.
Salami Man.
Like salami, man.
Fucking sign me up, dude. Sign me up for some of his twist, because he always bakes them into his cakes.
What
Yum.
the fuck are you talking
Hunt, what have you
about?
been listening to?
He already
I told
said
you.
it.
Oh, you already
I've
have.
been
Yeah.
listening to
Anything else you've been? Oh, actually, what do you think of Doctor Strange?
Last House on the Podcast is what he's been listening to.
Last podcast
Last
on the
podcast
left.
on
I
the
like
left.
that reference you just made. Last House on the Pot. You switched it. Good job.
That is a
Thank you.
that's a movie, right?
Last House on the Left is a very good movie, and it is what they based their name
Yeah.
off of.
So let's hear it, Hunter, if you want to talk about Strange Love or whatever it's called.
I want to
Doctor
just before you
Strange.
do, I want to say I do like Benedict Cumberbatch, and Doctor Strange was a.
Dude's a suck
Yeah,
ass.
I don't know. There's not too much to say about it. I think I really liked it. It was really good.
So,
Good
are you
character.
into superhero
Dude,
movies?
fuck off.
Stop.
Tell me this just clicked in my head. Doctor Strange is the hero movie made about Cumberbatch. You guys watched that? It was the superhero movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
You watched that?
Yeah, when it was put on Netflix.
That movie is like, you really watch it? When I looked at that, I was like, dude, is this a joke? They really made him a superhero.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I'm appalled.
Okay. Anyway,
I'm
you
disappointed.
go ahead
I
and
really
be-
am.
Go
I
ahead and-
will take a couple seconds.
All right,
because
fine. Take a couple seconds.
that's-
What the
Whatever.
fuck is your
I'm
problem?
just disappointed that you guys watch that shit.
Are you into superhero movies at all, Hunt?
Not really.
Yeah. So
but I
I'm
liked
not
it.
either. I'm not either. I don't really like the superhero
It
movies.
hurts me, dude.
But if I'm able to watch them, like I watched Civil War when it was put on Netflix, and I watched Doctor Strange when it was put on Netflix because I was like, they're on Netflix, I might as well check them out. They're like $400 million went into them. They could be good. I thought that it was better than better than superhero movies generally are, but it also wasn't. It's still a superhero movie, and it kind of takes away from the fact that it's like a good. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like
Yeah.
it's a good movie.
I mean, he kind of becomes the bad guy in the end, but not really.
Who, Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange, he doesn't become the bad guy in the end,
Dude,
but
he looks ridiculous. Isn't his collar mad big?
Oh, I'm not debating that his costume is dumb.
no. But in the end, he
It's
he
as bad
starts
as the
breaking a
Green
bunch of
Lantern.
rules that was set forth.
Yeah.
And then the other dude who was like the one who was with him the whole movie was like, nah, dude, fuck this.
But I think it's gonna end up switching where he'll break rules, but he'll still be a good guy. Whereas like the guys who follow the rules are gonna be bad. I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't really
It was a good
care to
movie.
be honest. But I will say, as good as it was, the fact that it's a superhero movie, and I think in general with these superhero movies, except for one that I just watched, which I'll mention in a second, it almost takes away from the fact that it's a good movie because it's, I don't want to say bogged down, but it's like they have these outlandish things, and it's so common that they're not able to achieve like a perfect movie with superheroes. You know,
They're all diarrhea flicks, dude.
the Dark.
I've seen them all. Spider-Man, Batman, Spider-Man 2.
Don't knock Batman. Batman's good.
Okay.
Oh, which one?
The Dark Knight.
I've seen
Dark
them all
Knight.
night.
Okay, no, but the
I
Dark
feel like
Knight
you're
is
just doing this to.
the Dark
And
Knight.
actually, let's
Noise.
talk about that. The Dark Knight was one of the sickest movies ever created.
Okay, yeah, no, but the Dark
And
Knight.
I saw it IMAX when it came out in theater.
Great, that's
And
interesting.
I waited there for like 2 hours before the movie started. Got sick ass seats, dude. Watching the Joker in that movie, like the first time you ever see it, sick as fuck.
It is. I agree.
I've seen the one with Baines too, played by Colin Firth, and
Yep.
he was badass.
What? So
he gets huge for that movie.
He really does. So those three movies, The Dark Knight, the
Definitely an
Batman
admirable
Begins,
bug,
The
dude.
Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. Those three
Have you ever
movies.
seen Lawless?
Yes, I have. It's a
Have
really.
you seen Lawless? You would like that movie.
You
No,
would
I haven't
genuinely
seen
like
it.
Lawless.
You should watch that movie. It's about
You would
bootleggers.
100
you would
really-
love that movie, dude.
We're being
Okay.
serious here.
Deal.
You really would.
Is it on Netflix though?
Yes, it was for a long time.
It might still be. Do you want to know something interesting?
see.
You know how he's wearing a sweater.
You told me this before. Say it. Yeah.
Yeah. So in the movie, so it's Shia LaBeouf and Tom Hardy are brothers who are bootleggers.
And there's
Tom-
that other brother too,
Yeah.
who's unsung hero because he's
what's
badass
his fucking
too.
name?
I have no
The
clue.
actor. I don't remember, but
He's
it's,
got wicked blue eyes. That's all I
yes,
remember
he
about him.
does. Oh wait, was it I can't remember. But anyway, so there's the three brothers, they're bootleggers. Tom Hardy's character wears this like thin cardigan the entire movie because it's like it's just shirt, whatever. And it's like hanging all around him and it's like constantly like waving around and you're like, why doesn't it fit him? It turns out that he put like $2 worth of quarters in each pocket so that it would hang down and it would make him look more imposing because it would stretch over his shoulders and it would make him look like more jacked because in reality the guy who he's playing was like a monster of a person and Tom Hardy himself, even though he's incredibly jacked, was not that big.
Yeah, they made him look huge in the Batman movie.
Yeah.
But
But he's like 5'9" or something like
yeah,
that.
they made him look huge because he's really kind of like not that big.
He's
at
a
all.
normal
He's
looking-
ripped. I mean, he's like
Yeah, he's a
really
normal
toned.
sized guy, but he's not like Arnold Schwarzenegger size
No.
or like Dolph Lundgren size.
No,
But so for Lawless,
Or
Arnold
even-
Schwarzenegger, dude.
He's-
Have you seen him recently?
no, I'm saying like height and like build.
Oh,
he's like a
yeah,
big
I mean,
guy,
He's
regardless.
a big guy, but he's been drooping.
Well,
a
that's because
lot.
he's like roughly 75
Yeah,
years
dude,
old.
he's mad
Titties,
old, man.
dude,
You,
know
gotta
what I mean?
give him. It's okay if
give
he's
the
got
dude a
the titties,
fucking
dude.
break.
people do age. But yeah, Lawless
Except
is a cool
like
movie.
me, I go backwards.
Yeah,
That
okay.
is true. You do go backwards.
The Dark Knight trilogy thing. The reason it's better than all the other like superhero movies,
because it was Christopher Nolan.
well, not only that, well, sort of, but because it doesn't try to be a superhero movie. It tries to basically be like a crime movie that uses superheroes to tell the story. Now, Logan came out a little while ago. I finally got around to watching it. Everyone loves it. It's a really good movie. And the reason it's better than the other superhero movies, much like Dark Knight, is Logan is a Western that happens to have superheroes in it. The Dark Knight is a crime mob movie that happens to have superheroes in it. Doctor Strange, Avengers, Civil
Also,
War,
I
all
think
they do
The cool thing about
is they're superhero movies that have
the
other
cool
things
thing
in
about
them.
Batman too is like he's a superhero, but he's not really a superhero. He's just a dude.
Right.
And of
but-
course, obviously, he does shit like, okay, no one would ever be able to do that. But it, like, to me, I've always liked Batman because he's not, dude. Like, let's
yeah,
be
but
real.
Wolverine is actually a superhero. But the reason Logan was good was because they didn't tell a superhero story. They told a Western story with superheroes as characters.
Logan wasn't even that good though. The
It
movie
was
with
Doctor
incredibly-
Strange
the
was-
movie with Jason Biggs, where he moves to NYU and starts going to college.
Stop. Doctor Strange was more
What?
about developing the superhero itself
Yes.
than it was about like a huge over. I
Can
mean,
we,
there's
can
sort of
we,
overarching
out of
thing, but it-
respect for the show, can we not talk about Doctor Strange anymore?
Okay, stop. Because
more
I
out
think
of respect for you.
there is a
is what you're
point.
trying to say.
Well, as if you don't have any, because I haven't talked about one thing you don't like.
I mean, you constantly are talking about how you don't like Benedict Cumberbatch, and he doesn't like that.
yeah, I don't like that you
That's
don't
not
like
the same
It-
because
it
I've
100
never. I don't talk about what you really don't like because I do know what you don't like, and I'm not going to say it, but I do know what you don't like.
But there's a
Penis.
point. There's a point here that is trying
What?
to be made. The superhero movies like Doctor Strange and Avengers and even Batman v Superman, regardless of what you think of it, Suicide Squad, regardless of how they're received by critics, they are telling a superhero story and have aspects of other things. You know, Doctor Strange, great. It's a superhero story. But
that
it,
movie is a joke, though. Suicide Squad,
all right, fine. Suicide Squad. It's telling stories.
bad movie.
It's
It is
telling
a
a
bad
comic
movie.
book.
Such a
Suicide
bad
Squad
movie.
sucked.
Why don't you give me a fucking superhero movie that I can use in it as example then?
Okay, I'll give you one right now. How about a real life superhero? How about Chicago Fire?
All right,
How
fine.
about Iron Man?
Iron Man.
There you
great.
go.
It tells a superhero story, but it uses examples
It
of
uses
crime, of good versus
actors
evil.
who at one point went through hard times. I get what
no,
you're saying.
no, you really don't. Shut the
that
fuck up.
wasn't what you were going for.
No,
54 minutes, by the way.
it tells.
50 First Dates is a sick ass movie. Let's end this bitch. Brad, take us out.
Finish your point,
Well, you can
and
finish.
then we'll
Fuck
finish.
it. I just know exactly what you're gonna say. You're gonna say the same old thing.
If you don't finish on his face, I'm
you're gonna
be mad
say
about
it, and I can tell you're gonna say it. I already know what you're gonna say. You're gonna talk about how, oh, look at the true story of Robert Downey Jr., how he came out of nothing and he got his life back together and he starred in Iron Man. I've heard it before. I watched the true life story on E.
on E. He's genuinely getting
If that
annoyed by
okay,
this.
so tell me just with a head nod, and then we'll go back
No.
into it. If that wasn't what you're going for,
No.
that's not true because even Hunter expected the same thing.
I didn't.
You didn't think that?
No.
All right, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you
He's genuinely annoyed.
if you didn't mean that, then it's fine. But I thought you were going for that because we were talking about Downey Jr.
No, we weren't. I had to talk about
You
Iron Man.
brought up
because
Sherlock
every
an hour
time
ago.
I mention fucking Strange, you just go off the wall. Can I try to make a point?
For the
Yes.
record, I love Benedict Cumberbatch.
I don't give a fuck if you like him or not.
Dude, he's pissed about it because he listen.
Listen.
All right,
let
no,
him finish.
Let's do it because I actually am excited for this. And you know, I'm just peeing you out.
All right.
Peeing you up.
Just shut up. We gotta. Let's wait. What they try to do with stories, you know, Iron Man, Avengers, Doctor Strange, even, you know, Suicide Squad, all of them, okay? They tell a superhero story. It doesn't matter if it's following a comic because Logan follows a comic, whatever. They're telling they're telling a superhero-like story and they're using aspects of crime or like mob movies or like take inspiration from other things to help propel the story. But Logan, it is a Western. It's basically a Western movie that instead of having a gunslinger roll into town, it's got Logan, not Iron Man, Wolverine. And The Dark Knight is like just showing a mob movie, or basically where there's a cop who just gets tied with the mob and starts taking them out. But instead of having that, it has, Batman and facing the Joker and stuff like that. They use those ideas. Of the superhero to supplement the idea of the heroes that we have. So instead of a cowboy, instead of a cop, they have superheroes. Doctor Strange is a good movie, but I feel that it's always going to be a little bogged down with the fact that it limits itself to being a superhero movie. So it's a good movie, but it's still a superhero movie, and it's hard for me to like really love those.
Absolutely.
That's good.
I agree with you 100 stack. And I want to, thank everybody out there for listening, and let me get closer to the microphone so you can hear me, because most of the time I'm...
Actually, Hugh, before we cut out,
People
Hunter,
know me as the quiet one on
Yeah, I'd
the
like
show.
to mention a couple of things.
Yeah, Hunter's
before
gonna have
we-
to talk to you guys about some stuff, some developments with the show. Just go ahead, Hunt.
Let's give it to Hunt.
So, this week we might be...
This week.
This week.
All right, let them know about this week.
We are probably... we're most likely going to be having our podcast now on iTunes as well. So look out for probably a tweet, Instagram or whatever, about where to... how to listen to it on iTunes. Again, we're still doing our archive to YouTube, and that link to it is on SoundCloud.
And we'll also, put the newest episode on SoundCloud. So if you don't see the iTunes yet, we're working on it. And hopefully within the next week or two, we'll have it up there.
Yep. And if when it comes down to it, if we can get it on iTunes, that'd be great. But if not, we might be looking at other forms of streaming media, but that's very far in the future.
And if
that's
not,
that's a maybe. So
and no matter what, we're going nowhere. The show is going to be around.
yeah, and
So
if-
whether or not
it's
we make it on
it's always going to be
iTunes
on
today,
SoundCloud. It's always going to be
or
on.
if we make it to iTunes next week, or a month from now, or 10 years from now.
It's always going to be on SoundCloud, and we'll always have the older episodes archived on YouTube. So
And no matter what bullshit the president's pulling, or whatever's stressing you out this week, you can always tune into This Podcast.
yeah, because you do know this.
You know this
So
bitch.
this has been Hugh.
Hugh Dog.
This has been Hunt.
Hugh Killer.
And this has been Brad.
And
this
the
has
Hugh
been
Dog.
the You Know This podcast. Thanks for listening. You know this.
Peace. You know this bitch.